This is the story of a phone call. Not just any call, the kind that comes when you least expect it, promises you something wonderful, and then takes away everything you love. For Jake Miller, that call lasted 12 minutes. It cost him $100,000. And then it cost him his family. This is how one man fought back. This is how a phone call killed my family. This story begins in a small pub in Denver, Colorado, where Jake Miller worked as a bartender. His life wasn't easy, but he had everything that mattered: his mother Eleanor, a retired teacher, and his younger sister Lily. Lily had cancer, and the doctors had given her only a few months left. One day, Lily told Jake, "Brother, I want to see the world before I go, but in royal style. Business class, luxury hotels, everything first class." Jake promised her, "No matter what it takes, I'll make this wish come true." Jake took 2 jobs, worked day and night. He took loans, sold his car, saved every dollar. After a year of struggle, the final deposit was made, $100,000. There was joy at home. Lily started looking at tickets, but no one knew that one phone call would destroy everything. Then came that afternoon. Eleanor's phone rang. Caller ID, Amazon Customer Care. The voice began, "Ma'am, you recently purchased a Samsung 65-inch 4K Ultra HD Smart TV, right?" Eleanor confirmed, "Yes, I bought that one." The voice smiled, pouring sweetness as it said, "Congratulations. Because of this purchase, your name has been selected in our Amazon Prime monthly lucky draw. You've won a $10,000 cash prize." Eleanor didn't doubt for a second, because the caller had mentioned the exact model she bought. She thought, this must really be Amazon. In her happiness, it didn't even cross her mind that this could be a trap. The caller built trust professionally, saying, "Ma'am, this prize will go directly to your account. Just confirm the OTP for verification." Eleanor gave the 6-digit code without hesitation. 2 minutes later, the Chase Bank screen flashed, $100,000 transfer successful. Eleanor thought $10,000 was coming, but in reality, $100,000 was leaving. In her happiness, she thought, "Let me take Lily out today to celebrate. Let me see her smile." That same evening, she took Lily to the Olive Crest fine dining restaurant. Lily was smiling, dressed in new clothes. Eleanor ordered Lily's favorite dishes. The meal ended. The bill came. Eleanor handed her card. Declined. She tried again. Declined again. The waitress awkwardly said, "I'm sorry, ma'am. Insufficient funds." Eleanor took out her phone, opened her banking app, saw the balance, $0. Her breath caught, hands trembled, eyes widened in shock. Seeing Lily's face, her heart shattered. Returning home, she called Jake. Her voice choked with tears as she told him everything. Jake rushed, but before he could reach, Eleanor wrote a small note. "Son, forgive me. I couldn't save your hard-earned money. Because of me, Lily's last wish remained unfulfilled. Use my life insurance for both of you. I love you both." Mom. Jake reached home to find his mother on the floor, an empty bottle, the note in her hand. He screamed, "Mom!" But there was only silence in reply. The next week, Eleanor's funeral took place. Jake was trying to take care of Lily, But Lily's health deteriorated rapidly. Grief had weakened her even further. One evening, Lily had trouble breathing. Jake called an ambulance. On the way to the hospital, Lily looked toward Jake, gratitude in her eyes, and then closed her eyes. The nurse checked her pulse and softly looked at Jake. "I'm sorry." In 2 weeks, Jake witnessed 2 funerals. First his mother's, then his sister's. He was left completely alone, burning inside, filled with rage. A few months passed. Jake was still working at the pub, but broken inside. Then one night, a familiar face appeared. Mike, his high school best friend, who had moved to Seattle with his parents after graduation. They met again, shook hands. Mike was now an ethical hacker. Mike was in town for a project. He started visiting 2 to 3 times a week. First just hi-bye, then sitting down for tea, then old memories resurfaced. Slowly, their friendship grew strong again. One night, after a couple of drinks, Jake couldn't hold back. He told Mike his whole story. His mother's scam, her suicide, Lily's death, everything. Mike listened, anger and empathy in his eyes. Finally, he placed a hand on Jake's shoulder and said, "Your anger is completely justified, my friend. We'll find him." Mike first checked with his contacts, who all carried out such scams. He found out there were thousands of scammers out there, but among them all, he targeted the same time period when Eleanor was scammed. He thought, a scammer who stole such a huge amount would definitely throw a party. He tracked social media, checked posts from that day, looked at hashtags, and found 6 people who had posted photos of luxury parties that day. He checked their accounts, but none of them had any trace of the $100,000 transfer. One day, Mike was sitting on his balcony, thinking, when he remembered what Jake had told him. "My mother had ordered from Amazon." That's when the scam call came. Mike immediately called Jake, but Jake's phone was busy. As he waited, Mike started working on his own. He hacked into Eleanor's Amazon account, checked her recent orders. There it was, the Samsung 65-inch TV. Mike pulled up the shipper's data, found out the supplier operated from Colorado Springs. He checked the 90 orders that came through that supplier, saw that 72 of them had been scammed. Mike placed a new order for an LED TV from the same supplier. 2 weeks later, it was delivered. And then, a week later, the phone rang. The same voice, the same script. "Congratulations, your name came up in our lucky draw." Mike traced the call in real time. Location, Colorado Springs. Jake and Mike reached there, tailed the scammer. They learned his name, Marcus. They saw his lifestyle, luxury car, penthouse, parties. One day, Marcus went to a bank. Mike hacked into that branch's data, pulled up Marcus's account details, balance, $10 million. Mike converted all the money into Bitcoin to avoid being tracked. Then he tipped off the police, sent all the evidence. A week later, news broke. Mile High scammer arrested. Marcus was sentenced to 10 years. Jake went to meet him in jail, stood before him and said, "You destroyed my family. Today, your world is destroyed. Think for 10 years. Every single day, the memory of my mother and sister will be your punishment." Today, Jake keeps photos of his mother and sister close, keeping their memories alive. He started a scholarship, the Eleanor Memorial Scholarship, and he helps every scam victim he can, spreading awareness. This isn't just a story, it's a reminder. Online scams come in new forms today. They exploit trust. If you know any senior citizens, teach them, make them aware, because every Eleanor's story is connected to someone's Jake.